Welcome to our first biology lesson. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the amazing world of biology. Have you ever wondered what makes plants grow, how animals survive, or even how your body works? That's what all biology is about. So, to make it simple, biology is the study of living organisms, their structure, function, growth, evaluation, and interaction with their environment. So, from what you just heard, you'd guess that biology has several branches, and that is true. Botany focuses on plants, zoology, the study of animals, microbiology, tiny organisms like bacteria and viruses, genetics, how traits are passed from parents to offspring, ecology, how organisms interact with their environment. Now, we move on to the characteristics of living organisms. These characteristics exist in every living organism. Let's go over them one by one. Movement. Respiration, which means how they convert food into energy, like how humans breathe in oxygen to help break down food in their cells, creating energy. Sensitivity, responding to stimuli from the environment. Growth, reproduction, excretion, which means getting rid of waste produced by their bodies, and nutrition. You can actually use the mnemonic Mrs. Gren to sum up. Now we move on to the levels of biological organization. The smallest unit of life is the cell. All living things are made of cells. Some organisms like bacteria are unicellulars, while us humans are multicellular. Okay, if you bring a group of cells together, what do you call them? A tissue. And these tissues perform a specific function. For example, muscle tissue. Organ. It's the same idea of tissue and muscles, but now you bring together a similar group of tissues. So they make an organ, like the heart. An organ system. A group of organs that are grouped to work together to perform a major function. Circulatory system is an example. An organism, like us, an individual living thing made up of organ systems. A population, a group of organisms of the same species living together in the same area. Community, different populations living together. And ecosystem, community of living organisms interacting with their environment, both living and non-living things like air, water, and soil. And finally, biosphere, the zone of life on Earth where ecosystems exist. So, to make it much simpler, here's the hierarchy of the biological organization. So, let us get to know the structure of animal cells. We've got first the cell membrane. That's the gatekeeper of the cell. It controls what goes in and out of the cell, allowing nutrients in and waste products out. Then there is the cytoplasm. See this jelly-like part that fills almost all of the cell? That's where most of the cell activities happens. It's where the organelles, or mini-organs, are located. The nucleus, you can say it's the brain of the cell, the control center. It controls the cell's genetic material, DNA, and controls what the cell does. The mitochondria, they are the powerhouses of the cell. They produce the energy the cells need through respiration. Ribosomes, these are tiny organelles where proteins are made. Proteins are crucial for many cell functions like building and repairing tissue. Now, and we've got the roughened plasmic reticulum, network of membranes found in cytoplasm to which ribosomes are attached, and that's where the protein synthesis happens. Now, we move on to this plant cell. The plant cell has something called a cell wall. This is a rigid layer that surrounds the cell membrane, providing support and strength to the plant. Then we move on to chloroplast. This is where photosynthesis happens. They contain a green pigment called chlorophyll, which captures sunlight to make food for the plant. And then we've got the large vacuole. Plant cells have a large central vacuole. That's a storage area that holds water, nutrients, and waste and helps maintain the cell's shape. Alright, so you can get the similarities and differences now. Both have a cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, mitochondria, and ribosomes. But the plant cells have a cell wall, chloroplast, and a large vacuole, while animal cells do not. Animal cells tend to have smaller, more numerous vacuoles. So there are some modifications that happen in the cell structure for specific function. The red blood cell, for example, it transports oxygen from lung to all body cells. So it has a biconcave disc to increase surface area to absorb more oxygen, full of hemoglobin to combine with oxygen giving oxyhemoglobin, no nucleus, so more space, and this makes the cell unable to divide and has a short lifetime, 120 days, and small and large in number to live in the blood capillaries. Muscle cell, they contract to help movement and have contractile films in the cytoplasm and they're elongated for easier contraction. The root hair cell in the plant, it absorbs water and salts from soil, has a finger-like projection to increase surface area to absorb more water and salts, thin cell wall to shorten distance for faster diffusion, no chloroplast so no light can reach it, no photosynthesis. And then we've got the xylem vessel. This allows transportation of water and salts from the roots to the leaves. The adaptation, a continuous hollow tube with no cell membrane, no cytoplasmic nucleus, and walls between the cell to allow transportation of water and salts from roots to leaves upward with little resistance. Lignin, which is impermeable to water to support the plant, and pits to allow lateral movement of water. The ciliated epithelial cell has cilia to beat upward to get rid of the mucus, has trapped dust and bacteria to purify air entering the lungs. Intestinal epithelial cell with microvilli, they have thin epithelium to shorten distance for faster diffusion, and they are found in small intestine, and they also have microvilli to increase surface area to absorb more digested food. And that's it for today's lesson. See you guys next time.